As older people, I hear people say that they don't like to change. Well, we all need to learn to. I have a problem with it. I will eat soup and salad for several days because that's what I want, and then all of a sudden, I don't want that anymore. Change. I'll put something away in my house, and I don't like where I put it, so I change it and put it somewhere else. And several weeks later, I hunt it, and I don't know where I put it. And when I find it, I think, why didn't I leave this where I knew where it was? Why didn't I leave this? So I put it back. There are a lot of little details in life that were not even present when I was growing up and in the first years of my ministry. You know, my son is here, and I'm Rick, and I'm so grateful for that. But we were talking about yesterday the fact that when we were on the road for 20 years in a different church every week, there was no GPS, there was no internet, there was no cell phone. And we remember stopping at a payphone with a handful of quarters and calling the church to get directions, and trying to find a map and a service station. You know, we bought those great big atlases, but things would change, roads would change their numbers, and things would be different from what the map said. So we would have to adjust. And I remember paying about $15 a week to have a regular phone line put in our bus where it was parked behind the church. We could use the church phone, but we didn't want to do that all the time, and sometimes it was inconvenient. The offices were locked when we might want to make a phone call. So I think it was $15 for installation and maybe another 15 for using a week. But that was years ago when money was totally different. And the McDonald's, the first time we stopped at a McDonald's, we thought it was, a one-time place. We rode down the road a ways and saw another one just like it. And my husband driving the bus said, "We must be on the wrong road. We just went to that place." We went in and found out it was a different place with the same name. It's called a franchise. And in those days, diesel fuel, which the buses used, was 25 cents a gallon. My, how things have changed. There's always change, and we have to adjust to it. The adjusting is not always easy. I was listening to a comedian on Facebook last night, and he was saying that his grandson called his grandmother on the phone. and he said, "I think grandmother's phone is broken. It goes beep, beep, beep." And his daddy said, "That's a busy signal. That means she's on the phone with somebody else." And he says, "Well, what do I do now?" And he said, "You have to call her back." He said, "I can't leave a text message or..." No, you just have to call her back. All kinds of changes. Many of those are frustrating to elderly people. I have so many little, what do you call those things? USBs, different sizes that fit in plugs and fit in blocks, and the back of all the stuff that you have to work with. And sometimes it's just daunting. It's just, I just want to say, if you could just give me a room with a line, a counter that lined up everything and named it, and said, you need to charge this. Last night I was talking to Lauren and I was in the bed and my phone went dead. And I had forgotten that I took the cord and the block to church and I plugged it in Sunday school so I'd have power during church, And I had left all that out by the door, so I got up, went all the way to the back door and picked that up, brought it all the way back to the bedroom and plugged my phone in. It's just, you forget that those things are required. It's necessary change. Jesus never changes. God never changes. He is always there. He is always ready to listen. He always cares for you and what you do. Don't ever forget that He never changes. Sometimes we need to big time. Whatever our life is, if it's not centered in Christ, we need to change. God bless you today.